Welcome to another episode of the Dpad Connect podcast. I am your host, George, alongside the best friends that I've been speaking of in at least every single video leading up to this point. And I'll introduce them in just a bit. But before we do, a little bit of housekeeping. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to introduce them. I just wanted to mess with them to throw them off their game. We will get to housekeeping in a bit, but I'm going to go in the order of how I see them. And the first person is the Pokemon Master, the catcher of all shinies himself. His name in Spanish is El Brandojan.
Yes, sir.
Brando. Woo! Welcome back, Brando.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. That was a nice presidential wave. I like that. All right, and right after him, I have the Yonko, the captain of, I don't know the boat's name, Jesse, don't kill me. What is
SS
it?
Ann.
SS Ann. Oh, that's a good one, Jesse. Wow, with the callbacks. All right, but our best friend here at the Dpad Connect podcast, our very own captain, Jesse. All right. There you go. I didn't know what to give you as a name, dude. I was trying to come up with like a One Piece name, but you're just so mysterious. That's all it is.
Yeah, I can be anything.
Yeah, you can be anything. That's true. You can be anything you want to be in life, so it doesn't matter.
I can be Jesse Swan. I can be Jesse Doro.
Jesse Doro. Oh, man. All right. And last but not least, my brother, my friend, straight from Midgar himself, Nate. Nate, say what's up, brother.
What's up?
I think it's something else.
Representing the Sector 7.
Sector 7, yeah. Yep. So how's the weather there,
from
Nate?
Sector 7.
How's the weather?
Pretty chill.
At least you have central air.
Yeah, I don't. I'm in a random forest trying to get the Master Sword, guys.
Hey, isn't that right behind you?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, wrong way. Go away. Guys, but it is awesome to be with you guys. But before we continue with everything that we're going to talk about in today's podcast, I would like to start with a little bit of housekeeping, as I do every single week as we lead into our topics. And the first is that, as always, we are officially on Spotify. Hey. It sounded like a bunch of wolves trying to talk. But we are on Spotify, and we are also on Anchor. Now, many of you guys are probably asking, what the heck is Anchor? Nobody's ever heard of it.
I'm definitely asking that question.
Yeah. Well, Anchor is actually our podcast distributor. So it actually helped us in distributing our podcast, not only on Anchor itself, which if you guys ever want to listen to our podcast, the links will be below this video on YouTube, and they are always uploaded to our Facebook community page and Facebook page itself. So we are on Anchor, so you can find us there, and on Spotify. Now, a little note about Spotify is that Spotify actually uploads our podcast a little bit more delayed than Anchor. So Anchor is very instantaneous, where Spotify, for some reason, takes a few days to do so. So we got some community input this week, actually today to be exact, and we were actually very grateful for that. So it's good to know that people are paying attention to maybe where to find the episodes every week, which are uploaded on Fridays. And just to let you know, if you are a listener on Spotify, we are trying to rectify that, but it does take a little bit to make it on there, maybe like a day or two. For some reason, it's very delayed. But Anchor, if you want to watch it, if you want to listen to it instantaneously, go to anchor.com. Or you can go right on YouTube to our YouTube channel under Dpad Connect, where you can like, share, and subscribe. So feel free to do that. Our very own Brandon is doing an amazing job at editing all our videos. And this is actually our very first video that we're doing together while recording separate homes and, separate video feeds and separate realms from what it looks like, but
like totally different universes.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where Brandon is. Brandon looks like he's about to destroy the Earth.
he's in the scene where Frieza destroys all this the Saiyan.
I thought you were in the middle of the tournament. Aren't you in the middle of the tournament?
Yeah, the Tournament of Power arena.
All right, well, I'm kind of scared of you now, but But
Good luck with that.
yeah, I know, right? So you can find us on YouTube once again. Brandon is editing those videos. He's doing an amazing job. But with that being said, as I was stating, this is our first time doing this together through Zoom, recording all of this, and just bringing you guys a podcast with all of us on screen. So there's a few things I'd like to warn you about. The first is you might hear week after week some noises that you may find weird. And you might hear a beatboxing dog in the background. Right, Jesse?
I could show him off if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. Show off the werewolf.
He's the chopper of the crew. His name is Caramello. Oh, that's me still, huh?
Yeah, that's you. Oh, all right. There he goes.
Oh, there he is.
There he's an Atlanta Wano.
Yep.
He is 95 years old.
Oh,
That's not in dog years.
Well, good to know we have somebody else on our side to help us fight these battles. But you may hear a beatboxing dog, like I said. You may hear my kids going crazy in the other room doing WWE moves. You may hear some cars going by, some music because the windows are open. It's summertime. Or you just have no central AC, such as somebody on this chat, which is not me, and you need your fan on, so you may hear fan noises as well before you dehydrate in your room. But I say that to say that we're obviously a work in progress. We're learning week after week, but we're so grateful that you're taking the time to listen to us speak and to just talk about everything that we're nerdy about. So without a further ado, we have a lot to talk about this week, and usually right here I would do a breakdown of what we're going to talk about. But you know what? Today we're going to be a little bit spontaneous. I'm going to go ahead and just talk about it as we go. And the first thing I want to talk about before our shout out to him, but the number one subcontractor in the world, Joey, shout out to him. Joey. That's the inside joke. He's a subcontractor, but he's not fully hired yet. He's like temp to hire. So we're working on it.
He's an intern.
Yeah, intern.
We have 90 days. If we want to terminate him, there's no legal action. I'm kidding, Joey.
But before he comes through the screen and beats me up or something, I got to talk about Yasuke. I have to talk about Yasuke, which I know me and Nate have finished and watched, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed it for what it was. Nate, you could probably agree, but it gave me at least a lot of Samurai Champloo vibes, right?
Yes, that's true.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you'll like it, Jesse. So it's about a black samurai named Yasuke, who was actually a historical figure. He was the first black samurai, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Right. Go ahead,
I didn't
Nate.
get to look into it further, but yeah, there was. I wasn't sure how fictional they were going to go. I wasn't sure if they were going to either blow it out the water or keep it close, like, you know, other than the samurai movies, like, instead of having it on a Rurouni Kenshin style, it was like a Samurai 7 type of style thing. Oh wait, there's many Samurai 7s. It was like a futuristic samurai world, not like Rurouni Kenshin style.
Was it like a samurai? Was it like a
yeah? There's like
samurai?
Machines involved. Yeah, Afro Samurai. Yeah, that's a good example. It was
That's
more
your
like an
perfect
Afro
example.
Samurai type of history setting, as not as like Rurouni Kenshin. As Rurouni Kenshin was more historical and more
I really enjoyed
fictional, I
Rurouni
guess you could say,
Kenshin.
or was it non-fictional?
Yeah, it was more
Sorry.
grounded for sure.
I
Yeah.
think I actually heard of this show. I think I saw like a scene on Instagram or something, and I did want to check it out. So, what's the name of it again?
It's Yasuke,
Yasuke.
so Yasuke. So Sasuke with a Y.
I noticed that.
So we finished Yasuke. Me and Nate really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I really
Same.
do hope they do another season, right, Nate? Because it felt like it kind of got right to the point fairly quick.
Yeah, it did. There's probably room for another season. What they would do, I'm not sure, but I guess they could make a second season out of it. Seeing how it went, because there's still more to that world, is what it seems.
Yeah, there definitely is more to that world. I agree with you. I think even if they don't go any more of the historical route, which they really didn't in the first place, they did their own
No,
spin on
so they're
it.
probably just gonna stick to that way.
Exactly. So I think that me and you agree. I think that would be the best way to kind of proceed with it, is kind of make it your own story now. and use what you already established. But a lot of the characters are really good. I really enjoyed the fighting starts right from episode 1, so I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what more comes out of this. Hopefully more. But it's a really good anime that I think Netflix did a great job in introducing to all of us. And me and Nate give it 2 thumbs up.
Yep.
Nice.
Hold my phone, so
I have to check it out.
You're good, Nate. But yeah, Jesse, I recommend it. I think you'll enjoy it quite a lot, especially because I think Nate hit it on the head. It has a lot of Afro Samurai in it, that feel to it, and then Samurai Champloo. And the reason I say Samurai Champloo is because of the lo-fi hip hop, like New Jobs. Yeah. So I really recommend it for that reason. So won't say too much more about it because of spoilers. I want to respect spoilers, of course. But me and Nate recommend it. Yep, Jesse.
Is it dub or sub?
it's
it's dubbed.
It's dubbed. Yes, yeah. I've been watching so many anime. So damn dubbed. I was like, was it? Yes, it's dubbed.
Yeah. So for me and you, Jesse, who actually only watch subbed,
So I've been flipping because HBO Max only does dub for the newer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever.
That's what it is.
No, I'm not against it. Yeah,
I'm totally against it.
Well, it's just easier when I'm eating.
when you're eating.
This cheeseburger requires all of my attention. All right.
Just when I close my eyes and I'm loving the food, it's like, oh, wait, what did you think?
Oh my goodness.
So moving on, of course, just really quick, none of us have watched the first episode yet, but Loki did get released today, since we're recording this on a Wednesday. Loki did get released today. First episode's up, getting pretty good reviews, pretty solid from what I'm seeing. And looking forward to talking more about it as the weeks go on. I'll definitely have my first impressions on the first episode, or not first impressions, but my full review of the first episode next week when we record. But I'm looking forward to seeing another MCU show on Disney Plus. I know all of us here are also excited for that, so that's going to be pretty good to look forward to.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
All right. Well, I'm glad you decided to. I'm glad. I give you permission.
I got to keep up with you, George.
No, man, I'm trying to keep up with you. But the last thing I will say before we get into our very first, in 3 episodes so far, our very first Manga Corner, by Jesse. That sounds weird, Manga Corner. We'll come up with a better name, Jesse.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. The Manga Corner sounds like a really bad website that you go to.
Get viruses.
Yeah. But one of the things that did get announced today is Battlefield 6, and as promised, I told you listeners and viewers that I would give you guys my impressions on what I thought about everything. And the weird thing is that I said I would do it last week, but there was nothing on it besides just an announced date of when they would reveal stuff. So all I would have said is hey, June 9th. That's it. That would have been it. But I'm glad I have more information for you guys today. So Battlefield's, it's not Battlefield 6, it's Battlefield 2042. So they're going into the future. They have a very big emphasis on ecological warfare. So you can have up to, on the newer consoles, you can have up to 128 people actually fighting each other, which would probably be a lot of chaos. But the maps are huge in Battlefield for those of us who have played that game. And it's kind of funny because in the trailer, they showed everybody kind of going after each other and shooting and the buildings falling, and it was in-game footage, how that works, but in-game footage. And as everybody was kind of like running away, just a huge tornado came out of nowhere and just started destroying everything. So the cool thing is that as the tornado sucked up some of the players, and once again, this is like a cinematic in-game, but one of the guys used a wingsuit and he started flying around in it. So it's not like he automatically died. He kind of adjusted to it and started flying around in it, which I thought was pretty cool. So I haven't played a Battlefield game since Battlefield 1. So I'm looking forward to really seeing what Battlefield 2042 is going to bring to the table. It's actually out in October, which is great. And I think it's going to be there to compete with Call of Duty, of course. But, Call of Duties usually come out in November. So we'll see what happens. But that's all I have for you guys. Graphics look pretty good. It's futuristic, and they have taken their time to release another one. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they released one for a little bit after Battlefield 5. So that's just me kind of shooting from the hip. But I look forward to everything that we're going to see from it. I think in July, EA is going to have their EA Play event, which they usually talk about all their Star Wars projects and different other things that they're working on. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they have with that. So that's enough Battlefield talk for me. At this moment, yes. What questions?
I do. Do you think, because I get nervous when we get too far into the future in games. I have like PTSD from Call of Duty, like Advanced Warfare, where you're just like hovering and shooting. Like it was the most annoying thing at times when we were playing. Do you see any of that happening in this game? Like the weapons are like armored suit. I don't know if there is armor suits, but like that getting in the way of having fun for like constantly playing.
So that's a good question, Jesse. So I think my personal opinion is that I don't think it's as futuristic as everything Call of Duty does, with the wall running, the hovering, the jumping, the calling up pterodactyl to come down and kill everybody, like not that type of stuff. And that's we know we've all been burnt. I remember that experience actually with you playing Advanced Warfare, because I had really bad internet and I was like, where are you guys? And my guy just kept rubber banding back and forth. I'm like, what is going on? I can't play this game. But even with playing it after I had gotten good internet, but it was still not an enjoyable experience with all the equipment. And I'm very Cold War, I think, does it for me. I just really like that type of feel. And I know simplicity. You do too. Yeah, simplicity, exactly. And 2042, to answer your question, I think has a mix of futuristic in the sense of atmosphere, like the buildings look much more futuristic. I didn't see any wall running. I saw wingsuits, and I saw people kind of like parachuting. Like one of the characters, and you guys should watch this after we finish. But one of the guys, because you can fly, jets and stuff like that in the game, like helicopters, boats, depending on the map.
Oh, yeah.
And
jetpacks?
One of the guys, jetpacks, I don't know. That's a good question. Not in this one, at least. I don't know. But one of the guys shot himself, like he ejected out of the jet, and then he had a rocket launcher, and he like slowed down enough to get some, like destroy a helicopter or whatever else he was trying to kill.
I heard about that. And they went back into the plane, right?
Yes, and then went back into the jet. So that's
Sounds like
all
Titanfall.
cinematics. So I don't know if you can do that. I'm pretty sure you
I
should
don't know
be
how
able
that's
to.
even possible, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either, especially at that velocity. But once again, going back to your question, Jesse, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as futuristic as Call of Duty. Battlefield has always been very futuristic, but bare bones, in the sense that what's futuristic about it is kind of just the feel. Like it's not based in World War II or anything like that. It's more based in, the future, and it has more of the weapons that we're used to, faster paced. But
Yeah.
the cool thing was in the last game, actually, Jesse, there was a Megalodon Easter egg.
Really?
Yeah, so if you were playing on one of the boat maps, if you were in the middle of the ocean and you did some sort of sequence, I don't know what it was, a Megalodon would come out and just like completely just take over the map. He was so big, of course. But look, I'll send you the link. It was pretty good. But yeah, so that's any other questions? I feel like a teacher. Any other questions in the classroom?
Yeah, I do. How did you get so cute?
Sorry, I wanted to give you the puppy eyes, and I didn't know what to do. Moving on to our next segment. Of course, we haven't spoken about anime as much or manga, but that is one of the things that we're passionate about here at Dpad Connect. And we have our very own manga expert here to talk to us. And expert, yeah, because you're no more than all of us. I think you and Nate are the only ones that really read it as much as you do. But
I don't know.
I dropped.
All right, well, experts don't do that. So I guess we'll put you down, bring you down to rookie or something. But
yeah, novice.
Novice, yeah. All right, our manga novice. But Jesse, I hear you have some pretty good recommendations for us regarding mangas.
I do. I'm coming from the land of Wano, as you can see. Odin lives around there, that area. But no, so I do read quite a few manga and webtoons. I do it on my spare time. It was kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. I didn't really like talk about it that much for whatever reason until I hang out with the boys. I hang out with the boys here. No, I didn't know like people were into it. But when I started my new job, there was like 4 guys that were into anime and manga, and it kind of like I felt a little like I was like, oh sweet, there's more people that actually like it. And I feel like pop culture is kind of getting more used to like anime, like especially Naruto, even though it's over.
Hey man, talk about my favorite anime.
Baruto.
We don't talk about that, Nate. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, I know. We call Naruto Baruto's dad.
Yeah,
that's the new name of the show. But so I'm going to talk about the top 5 ongoing anime mangas that I recommend, that I really enjoy reading. There's not that many chapters for this first particular manga. It's I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. It's called One Piece. It's not. Yes,
never.
It's a light read. It's like it's only a little. Only a few characters, but no, I'm just kidding.
How many chapters does it have?
The joke was bad. I stumbled and I fell. So the light read. So this past Sunday, because I read it on the day it comes out officially, not through those other websites, but there's 1,015.
That's light reading.
Chapters, yeah. Yeah, so you guys could probably do it in a week or 2. But
yeah.
I really enjoy. At first, I started the manga during the Whole Cake Island, so I didn't start the manga right away. I watched the anime up to that point, but like I just got so wrapped up into the verse because there's so many pieces that you don't think they're significant, like way back, like 500 chapters ago, but now they're being put into play, and there's just so many connections. But I really enjoy with the story, and I like the characters. Like I think my favorite character is Law, and then the ice guy, and he's messing. I can't think of his name. I don't know why.
Oh, I don't know his name either.
What is his name?
Vice captains, right?
It's not Akainu, and it's not what is it?
Ice Cube.
No, yeah, it's Ice Cube. Anyways, One Piece. If you guys have any spare time, start chipping away. Start chipping away at it. Trust me, it is worth it. It's like Dragon Ball Z, Brandon, just 10 times better.
Oh,
You're looking for a different place right now.
Shots fired.
I'm kidding, but no, it's really good. There's a reason why there has been 1,015 chapters, and it's still like one of the top selling. I think it's number 3 right now or whatever. But no, it's awesome. It's a fun read, and you don't have to take it completely serious, because I feel like the author, he just likes having fun. Like, he doesn't take the anime, like, he doesn't make the characters too serious. There's always comedy in it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's enough of One Piece for now. My second choice
it's 2 Piece.
Yeah. That's all I wear that at the beach. But
Brandon, before you go, Jesse, sorry. Brandon, now you have to put a bikini on screen at that point.
I was about to say, do you have any pictures?
I'm sweating so much. I'll send you some later, Nate. At midnight.
I'll be sleeping.
Not after that picture. But, anywho. So, everyone talked about the new gen. Naruto was good, One Piece, those all the old timers. But the new gen, we're only going ongoing. I say my favorite new gen by far is Jujutsu Kaisen. Do you guys agree?
We have the Dpad Connect consensus agree.
All right,
I'm
cool.
trying to remember Jujutsu. Explain. What's it about?
Jujutsu Kaisen. So, it is a kid who is just an ordinary kid. Well, he's not really ordinary because he has above average speed and strength, but it's not like it's not a superpower. He's a high school student, as in all the shonen characters kind of are, which I always like shows and animes and mangas that revolve around high school students for whatever reason. Especially, side note, isn't it weird that 15-year-olds in mangas fight 45-year-olds and beat them up?
A good example, Jesse, you don't mean a good example. Just thinking about that. Remember the show Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, right. But it's so random. That's why I'm scared of 15-year-olds right now.
It reminds me of the SpongeBob episode when SpongeBob kept getting that old man beat up, and they were always like, "Oh, you don't learn, old man, do you?" And they would just beat him up. Brandon, find that episode and put it in here if you can.
Do it, Brandon.
And the old man didn't seem to mind either.
That poor old man always gets beat up. He was like, "Oh, what'd you say, young man?" And he just get beat up right after.
He's still nice.
Say that? He said, "I love young people." He didn't say that.
Right. So Jujutsu Kaisen is a high school student. I'm going to try to speed it up.
No, you're good.
A high school student who, he's just super strong. He's a nice kid. He has a grandpa that he really loves. And
I have seen that.
That's his favorite guy.
Uh-huh.
In high school, he joins a club, and there's they doing following ghosts and curses and all that. But apparently, there's a curse that happened in the school. And then there's something to do with a finger.
Yeah.
He eats that finger, gets some power thing, and the show is just it's not the show. I guess I watched the show too, but the manga is just it kind of has a Naruto feeling in a way, but it's not. It's not. There's no connection to Naruto at all. But the sensei for the kid is OP times a million.
Oh yeah.
He's so strong. Gojo, he's really cute, easy on the eyes. If you guys want that type of thing. But what makes this show better than most is that characters are actually killed off, which is something that normally doesn't happen in shonen. I feel like. Yep. And no, I haven't been disappointed with this at all ever since I started it. And it's not that many chapters. I don't know exactly how many. So if you guys can start, you can catch up because there was an announcement today that the author of it isn't doing, he has some health issues. So there's going to be a hiatus. Yeah. A hiatus for, he says a month, but who knows? I just don't want this manga to turn into hiatus X hiatus. If you guys are familiar with that, with that manga, he's been on hiatus for a year and a half. I don't want this to be Jujutsu hiatus because I'd cry in my sleep every night. So, if you guys want to, I think that is the manga I recommend the most. It's easy to catch up and it's really good. So please.
Yeah, I did watch the anime for it.
Please catch up. Or you can watch the anime. The anime has one season.
The anime is finished. Yeah, I did see all of the anime. That's why I thought. Yeah, I have seen it.
Well, I mean,
it's really
there's going to be more seasons, but yeah, no, it's awesome.
I'm hoping
the fighting. The fighting's good. The main character's good. The girl on their team is nothing like Sakura.
No,
she's actually helpful. Yep, she has a hammer and nails.
She's got an attitude.
Oh yeah, she does.
Don't piss her off.
Watch it, Brandon.
Yeah, I'll get right on it.
I recommend. It's good.
They have it in dub. So you're good.
Hey, what's it called again?
I watched all in sub.
Write it down. Jujitsu.
Get my notes.
Let me see your writing. Jujitsu.
I'm using my sticky notes on the computer.
It's Jujutsu Kaisen. As you're writing that down, Brandon, I'm going to go with my number. Well, there's not really an order, but I just wrote it down so I don't forget.
Yeah.
My number 3 is not a shonen, but it's a webtoon. It is a super popular one, actually, so it's not like a surprise. It's called Solo Leveling. It's one of those. It's like it's not a guy that's trapped in a video game, but it's kind of like an MMO.
Kind of like Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like you have you have your different classes, like A class, S class, SS class, or E class is like the lowest. The kid started off as E class. He was the weakest out of every player. He goes to a dungeon, because you go to dungeon. That's like your job. You go to dungeons to like fight and get money and survive life. So he's there, and then the dungeon that they went to turns out to be like a super special, crazy dungeon that just like transformed from a D class to like a S class dungeon or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then absolute chaos happens. Like everyone gets like killed. Like it escalates super quickly. And then he ends up getting yeah, right. He ends up getting a power that later on you find out he's like, they call him a monarch of like darkness or something. But he's absolutely OP. He is able to level up, which isn't like normal for the people in the manga, in the world. Mm-hmm. So he just can always get stronger. And he has like a power where he can, I think it's the Shadow Monarch, that's what he is. He can get shadow soldiers, so whenever he kills someone or something, he can create shadows of them if they accept his like invitation or something. Like consume.
Can he make really good shadow puppets? That's the real question.
That I'm not too sure. I can email him though.
All right, yeah, let me know.
Yeah. His name is Shinwan Wu. Shinwu, I think. Oh. I read so many that I can't even remember. But it's weird because I can remember all the One Piece characters, basically. And you would think that'd be the hardest one to remember.
Yeah.
There's like a million. I know. It's crazy. So, Solo Leveling. You can read that. There's a lot of manga for that, or webtoons. And then my next ones, I bunched them together because it's just like I like them, but I'm not totally invested in it. And it's Black Clover and My Hero. I know, George, My Hero. I'm sorry. I know. I like My Hero better than Black Clover, but
okay, all right.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know. I think it's because for My Hero, I want them to do a time skip, which I don't think is going to happen. And I don't know, because it kind of feels like it's getting closer to the end game to My Hero rather than being like a time skip and then whatever. But yeah, My Hero is super popular right now. Everyone knows it's a kid who has no powers, and then he eats a strand of hair. Like for people who have pets, the dog hair gets everywhere and then somehow ends up in your mouth. It's basically that, and then he just has super strength. So that being said, everyone, if you want to go and eat some of your dog's hair, you possibly could get stronger. I'm not too sure.
Possibly.
Let us know.
Or you can possibly get sick, so don't do that.
Let us know.
You shouldn't follow that advice.
Yeah. George, if you want to chime in on, because this is your favorite, like right now, manga, right? Or anime?
Yeah.
Why is it your favorite?
Well, you actually put me onto it. So my experience with My Hero is that one, everybody that knows me knows I'm huge on comic books. So I love superheroes. I love comic books. I'm a huge nerd for that stuff. And My Hero combined both of those worlds for me. It combined the anime world and it combined the comic book world. But right now, yeah, I've been keeping up with it via YouTube videos, so like recap videos, because I sometimes don't have the time to sit down and read it. But it's getting really good. I'm not even going to mention anything about it. Deku is doing amazing things, and the fights are getting much more serious. It is getting darker, which I can say that. Yeah. And even this previous chapter, Jesse, we'll have to talk about it offline, but it definitely it got darker once you find out certain things that are happening within, the government and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. But I'll leave it at that because I know Nate and Brandon don't keep up with it as much as like me and you do. So
I've only just been watching it honestly on Funimation with the dub. I can't see it any other way. I just can't.
Both of you are dismissed. It's okay.
Yeah, this will probably be your last episode, guys. Sorry.
We're breaking up.
Oh, well. It was a good run.
It was only 30 minutes.
All right. It's Black Clover. I just read it because it's like popular. It's good though. It got way better than when it first started. I'll give you that. But I just read it just to keep up. But yes, I recommend that as well. An honorable mention though. This is a low-key good series or manga. I don't know the term. What is it? Like a series? I feel like series is a show. Like a manga.
Is a show. You mean
series is a show.
For a manga, I that's a good question. That's for the next episode. I don't even know what to call it. You can call it a series for now though.
Alright, cool. So series. It is Kaiju number 8 or Monster number 8 and some other like
9. I was messing with you about the
8. No, it is 8, isn't it?
No, you said Kaiju number 9.
No, it's 8.
No, I thought it was 8.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I remember I remember you telling me about it. And Kaiju.
That's why I didn't laugh at your joke. That's why I didn't laugh at your joke.
Jordan's gone.
Hey, I'm the Hokage here, so you gotta listen.
Your face. You are not the Hokage.
I thought you were a pirate.
You dirty pirate.
Hey, Kaiju number 8. There's only a few chapters. There's always like a break every 3 chapters, but it's easy to read. It's good action. It's about a guy that is just he's like a research. No, he's a cleaner. So there's kaijus that come and like wreck everything, and then when people kill it, people have to cut it open and clean it, and so they can like facilitate the goods or something. I don't know. And he's just like a cleaner. He's just like a janitor basically that cleans up the monsters. So he goes home and then ends up somehow swallowing a kaiju, like kind of like Alien and Predator, like the thing will go in your, or Alien when the thing goes in your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he has he like face can hugger. Turn into a kaiju. Yeah, face hugger. So he can turn into a kaiju. He ends up joining like the elite squad, like assault people, and it's really funny too. I find myself laughing about it later at night. And I write it in my diary. Anchorman quote. No, read it, please.
Yeah. After that phase, we definitely will. You're like, read it, please.
No, it's good. I really enjoyed it. I didn't hear anything about it. I just picked it up on a whim, and it's been great ever since. And I just started another manga. It's called Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. I don't know. It's like some kid who is reading a novel, reading a manga, and the manga ends up happening in that world. Like he doesn't die and then goes to like the manga world. The manga world starts after the series ended, and it's kind of intense. Yeah,
At least
that's
he
my
knows what's gonna
manga.
happen.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Like, it's his viewpoint. Like, he knows exactly what's going to happen. Well, he doesn't know exactly what's going to happen, but he has all the knowledge on, like, the world or, like, the monsters and stuff. So he's pretty good. And he's not, like, super OP like the guy from Solo Leveling. So it's a good read so far. I started it yesterday. Well, that's my manga minute. So
That's a good name.
Pretty sure it was a long minute. I'm kidding. But Jesse, thank you so much for bringing us those recommendations. For those of you listening, hopefully, or viewing, hopefully that piqued your interest, especially if you're into manga or anime. So if you have your own recommendations, feel free to chime in below on the YouTube video or on the Facebook page. That'll be great. Maybe Jesse, you can throw up a poll sometime during the week. We can put a poll on what people are reading and watching and go from there.
Yeah, and if they have any recommendations for me, I'll more than likely read them.
There you go.
There's just so many mangas out there.
You have all this time, man. You must be living in that world that Brandon's living in right now.
Where time doesn't exist.
I just read while I'm driving, so it's like,
okay, yeah, that's good. Save you time. All right, guys. Well, the next phase of our podcast today, or next topic, I said phase, like if we're transitioning into something crazy, but the next topic is E3. It's a continuation of it. We are actually within E3 week. It started today with the Battlefield 2042 reveal, and we're obviously moving into the Summer Games Fest tomorrow on the 10th. So I have a list here, courtesy of IGN, so thank God for IGN, but it's the E3 2021 schedule, and I'm going to only read a few of these guys because just looking at the list, it's quite a lot. It's like a lot. So
it's like One Piece chapters.
Yeah, so it has 1,042 or whatever it was that you said.
15.
Oh my God, who's counting? But we do have a few notable ones that I will go ahead and just name off. So Summer Games Fest tomorrow on the 10th, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know what that is Eastern time, guys. I'm so sorry. I stink.
What about Mountain Time?
Mountain time, maybe like 5 o'clock in the morning. Who knows? But but I'm just gonna name a few and just the days. That's as for the time, I recommend you go ahead and Google those. But Summer Games Fest is tomorrow on the 10th. We have the Summer of Gaming starting at IGN on Friday, June 11th. We have the E3 pre-show here on IGN Saturday on June 12th. So E3, for those of you guys that are listening and watching and don't know what E3 is, it's pretty much Christmas for gamers. It's what I look forward to every year. It's pretty much a few days filled with new reveals of video games coming out. And as you guys listened to in my last episode, I kind of spoke about the notable ones, so such as Xbox and Microsoft and Bethesda doing theirs on June 13th, which is that Sunday. We also have the Gearbox Entertainment presentation. So Brandon, for me, well, for all of us that played Borderlands, Gearbox is going to supposedly be announcing something Borderlands related on the 12th. So that's going to be pretty cool to see. It supposedly has something to do with Tiny Tina, so I'm excited.
Was it the movie they're making?
No, we don't talk about that here yet. I'm kidding. I'm messing with you.
Well, you said announcing. That's why. The last thing I heard about Borderlands was some kind of movie they were making. That's the only information I heard from Borderlands. But I thought that was just a rumor.
No, that is the movie is actually being made. It's already going to have a trailer pretty soon. I wouldn't be surprised if they show it there. I think Gearbox thing. But Kevin Hart is playing Roland, which is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It does not fit.
Yeah.
So random.
Yeah, very random. So we'll leave it at that, though. My feelings will be expressed after I watch the movie. But we have Square Enix presenting on Sunday, June 13th as well. And we also have, let me just look through here, guys, because there's so many of them. The big one that I want to talk about. Yeah.
I didn't know that's how you pronounce it. I always said Square Inks.
What stinks? That's what you said stinks, so like, who stinks? Square Enix, yeah. They were Squaresoft before when Nate used to let me borrow all his Final Fantasy games.
Oh, yeah,
so that was kind of fun.
Oh yeah, you're right. I still got the Final Fantasy, yeah.
Yeah, Squaresoft, yeah, remember? So the one that I want to talk about here, because we have a very, very important guest here today with us, one who has captured and mastered all sorts of species of Pokemon. I'm pretty sure he has a golden Rayquaza that he rides to work every day. There's a few things that, and golden, I'm just joking, Brandon, don't beat me up. I don't know what his shiny color is. What is it?
It's Rayquaza's is black and like I think red trim.
There you go. That's even better.
I'll put a picture up so people can see it.
I know. So Tuesday, June 15th, we have Nintendo presenting their Direct, which is their form of announcing everything. I spoke about it on the last video. I won't talk too much about that. But there is one specific thing that obviously will most likely be showcased, and it's Pokemon news. And we have our resident Pokemon expert here who I want him to give me his unfiltered expectations as to what he is waiting for. He promised me he wouldn't pee himself. I don't know how true that is going to be because I cannot see, but
I will let you know.
All right, good. Just make sure you
let it rip, Brandon.
So, Brandon,
be careful of the equipment.
Oh man, you can see sparks flying everywhere.
You got waterproof equipment, right?
So, Brandon, go ahead and put sparks in this video now.
Oh, there's sparks flying.
So, Nintendo Direct, of course, and once again, Pokemon news. And Brandon, specifically, I want to ask you about what you think about the remakes for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. My story that I've always told everybody, which is a sad story. I had Pearl. I loved Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a Nintendo DS off of a friend of mine from school at the time to play Pearl. And during the summer, when I had actually purchased the game and started, playing it and was close to beating it, I think I was already at 8 badges. Somebody broke into the summer camp that we were working at and stole it out of my bag. So, sad story. So I finally get to replay it again after all these years. So I'm looking forward to it. But you being the
Brandon.
Pokemon... Yes.
Brandon, you have to add a sad violin while he's telling that story.
A little tiny violin from SpongeBob.
I'll allow it. That's a good addition.
I got you.
So, yeah. And then just put at the bottom one tier. Just one tier.
Yeah, a single tier.
A single tier. So, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
What are your thoughts, man? Talk to me. Give me what you're thinking, what you want announced, what you would like to see, and you can even talk to me about the Pokemon Arceus while you're at it, which is we'll get into. I think we'll finish off with that. We definitely have a lot to say about the first open world Pokemon game that we're gonna get. But go ahead and tell me, Brandon, what are you thinking for these remakes, brother?
So from what I'm thinking, I'm obviously going to play them for sure. I'm considering getting both of them this time because I usually just get the one and then I just trade with other people that have the opposite. But I may get both this time. But one thing I didn't actually know about this is probably old news, but I just realized this. This game is not being developed by Game Freak. Sorry, you probably heard that. You heard that in the background?
Yeah, I heard it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I have all that happening over here.
Yeah.
The drag race.
Yeah. Yes. So this game is apparently not being developed by Game Freak this time around. It's being developed by a company called Ilka, ILCA. And I guess
YMCA?
YMCA.
YMCA.
Exactly.
We can all do it.
It's YMCA's redheaded cousin. It stands for I Love Computer Art, I believe, and I had to look up some information about them because I haven't heard of them. Apparently they developed Pokemon Home, and they did a few other games.
How's that going?
Pokemon. I mean, it's pretty popular because you can transfer Pokemon from like different old games to the new system.
Yeah, it was
or
helpful
vice
for
versa.
me. Yeah, I transferred everything over.
And
So,
Pokemon Go.
I was thinking about Pokemon Sleep.
Oh, Sleep! I don't think we haven't heard anything.
Yeah,
Pokemon Sleep, stay asleep.
I haven't heard anything. Yeah, did it even come to light?
I have a question for you guys.
Honestly, I hope they just got rid of it because that idea sounded so stupid.
You imagine like Pokemon Sleep is pretty much like you go to sleep, but there's a Pikachu just staring at you, like watching over you.
Like our Gengar.
I thought they were trying to say,
special
hey,
guest.
Sneak peek.
Hey,
hey.
It's my wife.
hey.
I thought you were going to be able to catch Pokemon in your sleep.
How
do you do that?
Honestly, I don't even know how it works.
Yeah, right.
I guess from what they showed, like in that trailer, in the trailer
Brandon
they showed,
just throws a Pokeball at his cat while he's sleeping.
It just knocks it out.
I'm sorry, guys. Brandon, I'm so sorry. I have to pause here.
You're fine.
How the heck do you catch a Pokemon in your sleep? You imagine that? Like, you're just sleeping and you're just like...
That's a reflex.
That's the start.
Like, you wake up, there's a bunch of holes in your wall, but like, what happened?
I was about to say that.
Like, that was
Oh no,
a weird
I'm wrong! Someone came in and broke all my stuff.
All right, Brandon, proceed. I'm so sorry, buddy. I had to say something.
No, you're fine. Pretty much. Yeah, well, I have a list of what Ilka has made. Actually, they made Pokemon Home, Yakuza 0, which I never played.
It's like pretty good.
Is it? Dragon Quest 11, which is one that came out in 2017.
Yep, that's good. That's
Nier
good.
Automata, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Storm 4, and Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown.
So they worked on all those
making
games.
an Ace Combat movie. Game.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, because it seems like they're good with animation, because I guess before, like, all the games, they mostly work with animation stuff. And I can't see the difference, like, with some of the battle scenes they showed us compared to, like, Sword and Shield. I'm still not too crazy about the chibi style that they went with, but like I said, it's not being developed by Game Freak, which is honestly someone made a good point. Like, the main series games, like the Gen 1 to Gen 2 and all the way up to 8, have always been developed by Game Freak. This is the first time that they're actually making a remake of a main series game with a third-party company. So, who knows how this is going to go? Obviously, a lot of people had a lot of complaints about Sword and Shield, but everyone still played it. I guarantee this is going to be the same thing. Like, a lot of people won't like... a lot of people don't like the chibi style. I'm still, like, on the fence about it.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm one of those haters. I don't like the chibi style.
It looks like... And actually, something I did take note of, that trailer we saw back in, what was it, April or March or whatever?
Yeah.
That footage was from January of this year, and they said that the game is already mostly completed. So
what?
Yeah, so apparently
I was thinking I was hoping the development.
Yeah, I was hoping that it was going to look a little different or a little updated with the next trailer, but apparently it seems like it's going to look like that, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they do that in most game development cases to kind of cut costs. That way you're not adding too much to it. But for a game that we haven't had everybody's been expecting a remake for so long now, and then to finally get it and not really get it at the full capacity that it should be given at, kind of stinks. Like, I get that they're working on Arceus, which is awesome, and you're going to get to in a bit. I don't want to jump ahead of you, but I think with the remakes, I'm still going to play them like you. I don't ever go for the 2-packs. I usually just buy whatever color is red. I'm weird.
Yeah,
that's always been my thing. Yeah,
and I just let me borrow one of his.
There is a double pack.
Yeah, because I'm probably going to buy 2 of them like Brandon.
All right. Well, since these two, Brandon and Nate, you guys are gonna buy the 2-packs. Just think about us. Me and Jesse.
Well, you and Jesse will probably have to fight. I don't know about Brandon though.
Oh, we'll fight.
No, I don't have to fight him. I'll just go take Brandon out to dinner. I coerce him.
Well, I guess Jesse got easy.
I'm scared of Jesse. I don't want to fight him. He hugs too aggressively.
I'll get my friend Jeff on you.
Parentheses, before we get back to the Pokemon talk. But for one of the Dpad Connect podcasts, as much as we talk about pop culture and all that other stuff, we have to tell the Jeff story eventually.
Yeah, we will.
Yes, definitely.
But
Well,
Brandon, yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with everything you said. I think the chibi style was kind of like a cop out, in my opinion, and I really wish. I get that when you transition into battle, it turns into what we would have thought it would have been from the get go. But I mean, look at Pokemon Go. I mean, Let's Go Pikachu, excuse me, and Let's Go Eevee. They did a more cartoony style, but they still did it with full blown, characters. So, just my opinion. But once again, I agree with you. I think it has to do with what you said. About,
what do you mean by chibi? Sorry.
Like small, like very small characters.
Yeah, like little cutesy.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
What's the difference?
I should know that term. That's a
You. I'm sure you know. You'll recognize it when you see it.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I definitely do, but I can't picture it as like a Pokemon in the Pokemon game for some reason.
Yeah, it's very weird looking, honestly.
I mean, at least the Pokemon aren't chibi, so that's good.
Yeah, if they did that,
Pokemon
I
were
would be
small
pissed.
to begin with, at least. But then
They're
again,
just Eevee.
yeah. Let's go Eevee and Let's go Pikachu, right?
Yeah.
And the Eevee version.
Nice. So Brandon, keep talking to us, man. What you got?
So Legend of Arceus. I'm looking forward to the game, honestly. But I think what a lot of Pokemon fans were waiting for, we still technically aren't going to get, because we've been looking for an open world Pokemon game for a while, but I feel like we've been looking forward to like a sort of like an MMO, not an MMO, like some sort of form of online open world game.
That's gonna be hard.
Yeah, plus with how the what's it called, the wild area in Sword and Shield, when you're online it lags like crazy.
Ooh,
So
yes.
if they did that with this one, that's gonna be, if the whole game is open world, that's gonna be pretty bad. But honestly, I do have some expectations for it, because the footage we saw was apparently from December last year, and
It was getting better.
yeah, so they still got the rest of this year to get those fixes done, because the trailer honestly had a lot of choppiness to it and a lot of just not good looking animation, to be honest.
Yeah, it felt kind of empty too. It really did, man.
It did.
Yeah,
It
right?
definitely looks like a game in development. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
It felt
It was
like
like
they
a wasteland.
Yeah, it felt like they took Breath of the Wild maps and just threw Pokemon into it and said, "Hey, do this." But then you look at it and it feels so empty. It feels like this isn't a world that Pokemon actually live in. It feels like the world is there, and then the Pokemon just kind of walk around in it, like one of those phone games that you play or something that's like a knockoff. So it felt a little bit empty. So I agree with you though, Brandon, your assessment on the fact that the wild area was very choppy, especially when you went online.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do that again, I think they're going to have a problem.
That's gonna be a problem.
What do you think about the starter choices?
I do like how they did it. I like how they mixed it up. Like, instead of just having the same 3 generation or same starters from the same generation. And I always go water, so I do like Oshawott, because I haven't played Gen 5 in a few years. Of course, Cyndaquil is the best choice out of all of them, but I don't think anybody's going to choose Rowlet. So poor Rowlet is going to stay with the professor or whoever it is, because apparently this is supposed to take place back in the past before.
Which one's Rowlet? Sorry,
That's the one you liked, Jesse.
Yeah, the owl.
it's the grass owl, right? No,
Yeah.
he's cool.
No, he's
Wow,
cool.
that's messed up.
No, he's
yeah,
cool,
I know.
but he's like the least popular, I think.
I agree. Cyndaquil is the best, but then it would go Rowlet and then Oshawott. Yeah,
I got you.
I don't like Oshawott's final form.
So yeah, Sam, I don't know. I do like it. I like how I saw it the first time, but I don't know. Maybe seeing it again in like a 3D model. I don't know, because my thing, I always choose water no matter how like weird they look.
Yeah,
Same.
Because I honestly didn't like, what's his name, Inteleon's design when they finally revealed him, but I was like, I gotta stay with my trend. I choose water types.
I Still don't like Inteleon or any of the other ones. Cinderace was fine.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Cinderace, but I still think they had a missed opportunity with not making him fire electric. I think that would have been cool.
Yeah, that's true. And Rillaboom,
Yeah,
I think was the best one.
Yeah, he was cool. It was alright. I like the owl better than the grass gorilla guy.
Oh.
I can never remember their names for some reason. Sorry.
Yeah, neither can
Sorry.
I.
Grookey.
Yeah.
Grookey was cool, but
I
then
just remember Squirrel, Bulbasaur, and
when he got
Charmander.
older,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can have this. We're gonna have a podcast about this for sure, all about Pokemon, because I want to hear Brandon's like complete. Like we're all gonna pick our favorite starters from each generation, and we're gonna debate or just talk about it. But
let's do it.
for this game, Brandon, I also agree with you that I think the starter choice mix-up was cool. I think they obviously, which I think you were gonna say this just a few minutes ago, but they did it because of the time piece, right? Like the era that it's in. Because you're not going to have I mean, Charizard would have been fine, but Charizard had been in too many games.
Yeah.
And as much as he's my favorite Pokemon, I got to admit it.
Yeah,
and Squirtle with metal cannons probably wouldn't make any sense in like feudal Japan.
Yeah.
But I think obviously I'm going Typhlosion. I love Cyndaquil. I love Quilava.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what else are you thinking about everything?
Well, honestly, I'm curious if they'll have shinies, to be honest. Because
Aren't there shinies in every generation? Well, when they first started?
Well, yeah, because the reason I'm wondering, because shinies technically never existed until Gen 2 with the Red Gyarados. And
Oh, so Red Gyarados was the very first shiny, right?
yeah, because I don't think at that point when we first saw it, I don't think there was actually an actual name for it, like shiny.
Right.
But he was like
Red
the first,
Gyarados.
like different colored one.
Do you like
Look at
shinies,
that.
Brennan?
Oh, I love shinies.
Shiny.
Brandon's like a cat seeing a laser pointer on the wall.
Yeah.
It's like shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What's your favorite shiny, Brandon?
Favorite shiny? Definitely shiny Lucario. That's probably also because it's my favorite Pokemon, but I do like shiny Lucario.
I like shiny Umbreon. And Charizard.
Shiny Umbreon is sick too. I love that one. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of terrible ones too, though. So I will say that.
Yeah.
What's the most terrible one you've seen?
Yeah. like they ruined Garchomp's shiny. Like Gibble, you can tell the difference. Gabite, you can tell the difference. Garchomp, it's like they just turned the tint down a little bit.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Hey, it's the same guy, but just give him a little bit different color, you know, like
Exactly.
a little tiny bit, not too much off the top.
I don't know why they do that.
We ran out of ideas. It was just got
I
tired.
mean, there's only a million colors in the world, right?
I feel like they just wanted to make Charizard look really cool, and then the rest are just like, whatever.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, all right, come on, man. I already made a bad comment about Charizard. That's it. It's only one per video. That's it.
Sorry, I didn't know. This is my first time.
Sorry, encounter.
Oh man, but Brandon, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on Arceus and Brilliant. What is it? Brilliant Pearl and
Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl.
Shining Pearl. Yes, yeah, I got those mixed up. Don't know why they did that. They could just call it Diamond and Pearl again, but whatever.
No. I blame
it's a Heart Gold and Soul Silver situation all over again. But I am looking forward to hearing your impressions on when we actually play the games. So later on in the year, that'll be good to hear from you. And yeah, guys, I think we've come to the end of our very first All Together podcast, which is awesome. So for those of you guys watching, for those of you guys listening, remember that you can always find our podcast in video format on youtube.com. There'll be some weeks where we're able to do it like this, where you're able to see us. And for the most part, when it's just audio only, it'll just be our logo in the background. But like I said, we're working out the kinks. But if you want to listen to us on YouTube, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. So I sound like my 6-year-old now, telling people to like and subscribe to her fake channel. She has probably more followers than any of us.
Probably.
And she has no channel. With no channel. But make sure you find us on YouTube. You can always find the links to every week's podcast, which is uploaded on Friday, to Anchor and Spotify. Remember, Spotify is a little bit delayed. We're working on that. But for the most part, you can always find it on Anchor, and the link is always in the post for each week. So you can also make sure that you join our Facebook community page. So make sure that you join it, and you can go ahead and be a part of a very, very, very illustrious community with lots to offer. I sound like a job offer. But we'd love to have you there. What would you say, Jesse?
So we have benefits.
Yeah, we have benefits. Yeah. You get yelled at once a month by Jesse.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. Or you get Sheila to do it.
That's Sheila.
Inside joke. But make sure that you once again go to our Facebook community page, join us, and also like it looks like a business page, but it's really a community page. So make sure that you like it under Dpad Connect. And let me go back to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is under Dpad Connect as well. So without a further ado, before Jesse gets choked in the background and dragged away.
Yeah, you can hear that?
It scared me.
Sorry.
I was like, I fear for your life.
The Bruins are on the playoffs.
Okay.
I don't think they're doing too well.
I just mean, yeah, I know what it was.
So,
Sorry, guys, I gotta go.
Sneak peek for next week's episode. Hopefully Brandon can join me, but we're going to be talking about Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, which comes out this Friday. Woohoo!
Can't wait.
And I'm so excited to talk about that. As you guys know, I've said it like a billion times now in only 3 episodes, but it's one of my most anticipated games for this year. We will also be talking about everything that we've learned about E3, so I'm excited to talk about that. And we look forward to having you either watching us on YouTube once again or listening on Spotify or Anchor. So once again, guys, thank you guys for listening and watching. Guys, do you have anything to say before we sign off?
I love you.
Have fun playing games.
I'm going to miss you guys. No, I'm kidding. No. I really enjoyed our time today.
All right. Brandon?
I did as well. Catch shinies.
All right, catch shinies. All right. And remember, if I have a catchphrase, it's as always, remember to be well and continue to nerd on, guys. All right? Take care.
Peace.